I just realized that I've been counter-trending this whole time. Apart from here, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 ticks. Stopped out on the pullback, just really heavy pullback, by the way. I've been shorting this, which was a continuation, maybe. We're kind of on a pullback. But then I shorted this, which was counter trend. So where do we stand? So this is the open, and this was an overnight high. Taking the overnight high, we're going pull back on a lower volume, stalling. Like down at 6K, these guys are just not interested in buying anymore. Went on 863 contracts. $60, that was a level that they bought heavily right here. Of course, you would have a lot of contracts here, 64, 65. They're defending this now, 63. Let's see if we can work out an entry. This is a very heavy level. I mean, I'm expecting some heavy stacking at the tops. 2-4, 1-7. This might just work. Just like it worked at the bottom. You remember when we had that 2,200 contracts at 45? That held right there. You just couldn't sell it into it. Or didn't want to sell it into it. Delta flatten out. Selling, picking up at 61. They're defending 60, which is the level that we're buying so heavily again. See what happens. $900 contracts. They know 60 is the level they want it to go down. Of course, it could range for a little longer. Stacking 62. See, I wouldn't front run that 62, but I'm front running that 64, so what gives? That's a real level. There's real contracts. They bought 200 contracts and that 1,000 there at 62. It didn't flinch. Although to be fair, nobody bought at 62. They're just refreshing 61. See, they buy 61, it goes bid 62, and hold on a minute. 57 contracts bought at 61. But the bid is at 62. Okay, they're stripping it slightly. They're not selling into it yet. Still 1,000 contracts. See, they're playing with the numbers, but nobody buys, nobody sells. It's dangerous. I don't like it. So the buyers are holding 60. There's 1,400 contracts sold. They're gonna move down. So the seller's gonna be like, okay, well, we're gonna sell at a better level. At the same time, there is no buyer aggression. So you went offer for a moment at 59, just flashed. There you go, did it again. And now they're starting to buy 59. Sorry, sell 59. Trying. Buyers to buy 60. and they did the level. Move down to 59.58. Now the right short should be 60, because that's a level that they defended so much, and they finally left. So much selling. See, I don't get it. All this ruckus to sell 60. Sold 2K contracts at 60. And now they're like, okay, where do we go from here? They're at the punch control and VWAP. So hesitation is natural, I suppose. This is just going down all the way. Now 52, that was the level. Hesitation. You can see that immediately. It went down on 100 contracts, from say 1, 2, 300 contract maximum, all the way down. You can see it on the inside bit right here. And then suddenly it hits 53 and it sells 700 contracts, and this starts refreshing. They haven't cleared the level yet. I would have expected a bit more of a fight from the longs. Just let it go down. Still there. Nothing sold at 52. I have 20 contracts there, refreshing. Yeah, 5. Boom. Flashes down, boom, flashes up. Isn't that incredible? Yep, seller strip in the offer. Goes immediately up 1, buying 54. And then boom, refreshing. $54.55. I haven't bought that much. They're just playing with the book for the moment. Okay, so they switch from defending passively, which was the absorption at 53 of all these sell contracts. Now they switch to aggressive. So you went from 53, 54, 54, 400 contracts bought at 54. There you go. You've seen that the skew is now being rebalanced. Still buying. Well, this is not exciting at all. So we're in the middle of nowhere here. The deal here, it's been ranging from a top of 68 that we never reached back, 65, 66, really, to a bottom of 47, where the battle really was at 49. And you can see that. So there's a step at 49, 2,000, 1,000 contracts, and then basically nothing traded at 46. Same here, nothing traded at 66. 55 was the turning point. And we're smack in the middle. You have a point of control at 57 that is losing advantage because it's now being kept below 56, and all these contracts are fattening the curve right here. So we're gonna have a nice little Gaussian bell like that. And the deal is that you want as much as possible to fade the edges. However, if you don't get to the edges, then you don't get to fade. Also, last time that it went to an edge, it broke lower, not back. And second time, 4 ticks. So one would expect the range to expand a little more to that side as well. But last time it hasn't. It's been kept below this 65. So it's not very predictable. I mean, here it broke. You can see the cumulative delta going down, and then it flattened, and then it shot up higher, and then it plateaued, and then it started going lower. And now it's plateauing in the middle. It's gonna retest this, probably. This area here. The question is, this is a nice little level. How much of a pullback is it gonna have before it turns back down again? And this is where order flow should really help us determine. So they're buying 56, 57, 58. Buyers are in control. The last time that the sellers were in was at 55. So it's going up. But these guys are stripping as well. $58. So I'm front running this, and there is no reason whatsoever to front run this. Let me move this a little bit. I see the level, it was at 61. They shifted it back higher at 62. So there's a little more contract here at 62. There's a bit of a step in the profile, 11 against 8. It's also nominally the value area high. But with all that slipping, I don't know, man. So you see sellers again at 58. Which is what they're defending. At 58, they are defending. I don't get it. Possibly this range where they exchange more contracts. They don't want it to go higher. I decided I'm going to be patient. I know that this is a level, but this has been moving. And it's on a spoof because they were refreshing the level below it. So I know that it's going to hold, but at the same time, buyers could come on in higher numbers. So I'd rather be a bit of a Scrooge as I've been losing money today. I'm already minus 10 ticks. I'm on sim, obviously. I would have stopped way earlier if I hadn't been. Let me pause this for a second and we'll see how it goes later. So nothing happened in the meantime. It's still churning. Number of contract exchange is pretty much equal. You can see that from the cumulative delta. This has remained flat. So it went down to 53 and then it shot back up and it turned at 59, which was before the sellers could actually engage into defending the previous level, which was 60. There was, if you remember, there was a level here where coming down there was a lot of contracts sold. A lot. I mean, there was a 1.5. So I was expecting that. In the meantime, the stacking at 62 is still there. There's been some selling and some absorption right here, 53. Then they let it go lower a little bit, it slipped, and then it picked it back up. But other than that, I mean, this was right in the middle of nowhere. This is still a downward slope. And we had a pullback for 6 ticks. We might have another pullback for 6 ticks right here. So it could go lower again. If not for anything else, for the virtue of the fact that there was 1,200 contracts sold here. Or maybe they're just trying to defend the VWAP. Be as it may, I am slightly bored. And that's the reason why I tend to make mistakes. So I would sell this just out of curiosity. I mean, it's not bad. There's a bit of a step, but
order filled.
That's exactly the same reason why I took the short last time. Although last time we were going up, and this time we're going down. So if I had to talk myself into the trade, I would say that we're in a downward slope. We went a little higher, we let the level go, and now we're trying to hold it down. Is this confirmed by anything? 50 sellers at 56, yeah, and seller at 55. So they picked up this level and I'm trying to push it down. There's a bit of a step in the profile. There's VWAP, although we're in a ranging day, so VWAP is less useful than in a trend day. As of now, there's more buying than selling, but it's relatively little. There's actually a bit of a lull. From an order flow point of view, you have 56. They're refreshing it. They've added already. And this is steady at 130 contracts. These guys have been trying to sell into that. Let's see how it develops from here. Takes down with 31 contracts, which means that the buyers have just pulled, still pulling. Still pulling, and level after. Seller's aggression, not very high. 40 contracts clear a level. It means that just buyers are not there. 20 contracts. Okay, they're piling in on the offer, but it's not corresponding to any level of aggression right here. Still, these guys are pulling. That's the same level as before. It stopped at 53. See if buyers come in at 53. If they don't, they could go much lower. No real selling. Nobody's showing their hands. A little buying at 53. Cumulative delta flat. The bid is strengthening up. Otherwise boring. In another scenario, would have been out 53 with my 3 ticks, but since I've been losing so much, then of course you want to make up what you've lost. Sometimes you become blind to other indications that might not be the most likely scenario. Although we've taken out a high, well, it didn't take out a high, but we tried to challenge the high, and it's not going anywhere. We've been going down since 10 past 10. It's now an hour. This is flattened out, but it's ripe for another push down. offer is stripping, but half-heartedly. They're still living 100 contracts. They're saying, okay, hit me, show me what you've got. And then see, it flips, and they spend 150 contracts, and then the offer is back up. Sorry, the bid is back up at 400. Let's see how it looks like from a 1 minute chart. So that's the start of the session. That's the start of the cash session. Oh, so there it is. That's why they're trying to keep it lower. Not because of the VWAP, not because of the stuff in the profile. Probably because it's where the short started. So if they try and keep it low, then it has more probability of going lower rather than continuing to range. If they keep it below the cash session open, somewhere around here. That's basically the initial balance. So it's been ranging for hasn't really gone lower than 53. And they defended this level, and then they defended this level, and now it's back up at 57, 58, 59. That's not good. What is happening? Buying 55, 57. Ooh, big push up at 57. No continuation. That's your range right there. Well, the landscape now changed. We were making lower lows. We're now ranging in the middle of a range. Selling 56. Selling 55. And it ticks down. And it ticks back up. See how things change. This looked like a very good entry point for short up until this moment. Now the moment that we had a push up and we pushed back up to 59, this became middle-ish of the range. Which is terrible for all the Albrook's connoisseurs out there. You want to nibble at the edges? Wow, what am I doing? See, this is bad. See how the buyers have been buying higher and higher. 55, 56, 57, then started again. 54, 55, 57, 56, 57. They stopped at 57. But they've been buying higher and higher. You have to start buying 58, you're done. Conversely, sellers have been selling at 53, 51. Okay, let's start again. 54. Let's start again. 56, 55, 53. Let's start again. 57, 56, 55. And they're buying back at 57, and sellers are nowhere to be seen. They've gone into hiding. They are defending and refreshing 57. Or maybe gauging the buyers. So they've absorbed 1,200, 1,300 contracts at 57. Then they've shown 58, and no buyers at 58 really. 129 contracts, but these were from before. See what happens above and below this level. It's been a few seconds and the buyers are nowhere to be seen at 57. They're playing around with the book. Bought a little more, 57. Not much. Showing 58. Showing 58. Nobody wants to buy. Still big question mark. Buyers are not buying, sellers are not selling. Bit of stripping. Just kidding. Now the offer is stripping. Just kidding. The bid is stripping again. They just bought 200 contract at 55. And the offer has basically absorbed them all, and then it moved out of the way. No one is buying or selling, not even the small fish. So slowly going down, and they said, okay, well, I'm gonna show you a hand on 55. I buy 200 cards, so let's see who's with me. No one followed. Yeah, it is back up at 56, but on what kind of volume? There you go, bid is stepping up. Offer is stripping. $150 contracts sold at bought at 57. We're back up there. Showing the level of 58 again. Who wants to buy? No one. And they started buying at 58. And we're showing a level of 59, which is bad, just plain bad. Now, sellers have stepped in at 59. Trying to keep it down, 59, 59, 59. There's way more buyers than there are sellers. And you can see this with the cumulative delta. It's going up. That's interesting though, because why would you sell that many contracts at 59 and not make it follow through? See how it behaves at 57. If they really lost the level, there shouldn't be any sellers at 57. But they're still piling through, so they just made believe that they lost the level, scared some shorts out, and they're picking it back up. Is that what they're doing? Just no one wants to touch 56. So they poke through level in 56. Remember selling this. want to be out. Because it just bought 56.
Target filled.
Live to tell another day. I mean, from the moment we entered here, this has been nothing but higher lows. And it's taken a hell of a push down to bring it down to 56. So I don't know. So how much did I lose today? About, with commissions included, about $130. And it just wasn't my day today. Well, it could have been worse. Let's make today a day where we'll learn to cut losses, which I've done how many times? Once, just now, twice, yeah, because this would have been a loss. Here I got burned. Here, kind of, 3 ticks. This, yeah, this was well read. And this, yeah. Well, I did 3 times, and I picked wrong trades, but I had the nerve to realize that I was wrong and bailed out before the inevitable would happen. Basically because we could have nibbled at the edges with relatively low risk, low exposure, and done some decent money climbing back up to the value area, to the control, to the area control, or to the VWAP. This has been an area that the price has been reverting back again and again and again, and it's doing that right now at 56, where it's now directionless. Who knows where, if it's gonna go higher or lower. There is just no edge for the moment. I gotta go, and I'm gonna call this a day. We're gonna continue this another day.